Black Legion have come to the planet of Exos 5, gathering forces for an assault on the Imperium. They encounter a renegade Death Guard warband called the Festering Scar, who refuse to join the War Master's army. Abaddons sends the Chaos Lord Kesgathor to crush the Death Guard force, whatever the cost, as an example to others who will resist him.
Starting off for the Death Guard army, we've got a Predator tank with twin las cannons and a combi bolter, 17 cultists with auto guns and a heavy stubber, 2 photed float drones with twin plague spitters, a warlord, a demon prince with wings. He has malefic talons, the subturating plate, revoltingly resilient, and his psychic power is blades of putrefaction. We have a Hellbrute. He's got a Hellbrute fist and a multi-melter. A Rhino with a combi bolter. 7 Plague Marines. The champion has a fist. They've got a blight launcher and a plasma gun. Malignant Plague Caster. He knows Gift of Contagion and Plague Wind. A Noxious Blightbringer. 20 Poxwalkers. A Hellbrute, again with the fist and the multi-melter. And lastly we have a Biologist Putrefier, a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor with combi bolter and power sword. 7 more Plague Marines. Champion has a fist and they have 2 plasma guns. Starting off for the Black Legion forces, got a Helldrake with Bale Flamer, a Land Raider. Inside the Land Raider is a Dark Apostle with a unit of 8 chosen, 10 Chaos Cultists with a heavy stubber, a Maul Fiend with Lasher Tendrils, a Chaos Sorcerer, he has Death Hex and Prescience, 10 Chaos Space Marines, with a heavy bolter and a plasma gun. The champion has a power fist and a plasma pistol. Got the Chaos Lord Kesgathor. He's got the Murder Sword for his artifact, and his warlord trait is Exalted Champion. 2 Hellbrutes. Fist and the las cannon on this one. fist and a plasma Hellbrute plasma cannon on this one. Exalted Champion with Power Axe and Chainsword. And a unit of 9 Chaos Space Marines with Chainswords. And they're inside this rhino here. So for this Crucible of War mission, to win, the Death Guard just have to have at least one model left at the end of the game. So they're holed up here in this ruined city. So for this mission, we roll a dice, and on a 1, 2 or 3 the attacker has first turn. On a 4 to 6 it's the defender. Alright, so the Black Legion attackers will get the first turn. First psychic phase for the Black Legion. The only power we can cast at the moment is Prescience, so we're going to go for a Prescience on this Marine squad. So we need a 7. A 9, so that goes off. End of the first Chaos shooting phase. This Rhino shot its combi bolter into the Plague Marines in those ruins, but didn't cause any hits. The Plasma Cannon Hellbrute did 2 wounds, and then the Las Cannon Hellbrute did the last 4 to the Death Guard Hellbrute that was here, so he's destroyed. This Marine unit fired into the Poxwalkers and killed 1 model. This unit of cultists fired into the Death Guard cultists and knocked off 2. The Land Raiders heavy bolters fired into the Poxwalkers and killed 2. And the las cannons got pretty unlucky. Only managed to do a single wound to this bloat drone. And lastly we have the Helldrake. He did pretty well. He rolled a 6 for his number of shots on his flamer. And he knocked off 6 wounds on this Predator. End of the first Death Guard movement phase. The Demon Prince and his bloat drone have moved up to intercept this Helldrake. The Predator and these cultists have stayed in cover. The second bloat drone's moved up behind this building. The Poxwalkers advanced. And these units all moved up, trying to stay in cover as much as possible. And the Chaos Lord and these Marines have stayed in cover, waiting for the enemy to approach. So for the first Death Guard psychic phase, the Demon Prince cast a smite on the Helldrake, did a single wound, and then he cast Blades of Putrefaction on himself. And the Plague Caster, fortunately, was out of range with all of his powers. So, just finished up the Death Guard shooting phase. So the bloat drone fired its Plague Spitters, just knocked off 1 wound from the Helldrake. The cultists managed to knock off a single wound from the Mole Fiend. The Predator missed with everything, he's pretty degraded now. This Hellbrute here did 6 wounds with its melter to the plasma cannon halberd. This Death Guard Rhino killed 1 Black Legion Marine with its combi bolter. And lastly, we've got this unit of Plague Marines. With their bolters, they managed to do 1 wound to the Rhino, and they overcharged their 2 plasmas and did a further 6. So, end of the Death Guard combat phase. We just have the 1 combat here. So the drone charged into the Helldrake and took 2 wounds on the way in with its flamer, and the Demon Prince charged in. The Demon Prince did 8 wounds to the Helldrake, leaving it with 1 remaining. The Helldrake interrupted and just did a single wound to the Bloat Drone. The Bloat Drone did its attacks and did not do any wounds to the Helldrake. So at the end of the first Death Guard turn, the Helldrake still has 1 wound remaining. End of the second movement phase by the Black Legion. The Helldrake retreated from combat with the Demon Prince, moved up behind this building. The cultists have moved up behind the cover of the Land Raider, who's making its way through the rubble. The Molofine's moved up, looking to get into that Hellbrute. The Sorcerer is offering support in the back lines. These Chaos Space Marines here have moved just within rapid fire range of those Poxwalkers, and they're backed up by their Chaos Lord and the 2 Hellbrutes. And lastly, the Damaged Rhino with the Exalted Champion and the Chainsword Marines has moved up within close range of those Plague Marines. Alright, so in the Psychic phase, the Chaos Sorcerer failed to cast anything, so we'll move straight on to shooting. So the Rhino and the Plasma Hellbrute didn't hit anything. The Las Cannon Hellbrute managed to do 3 wounds to that last Death Guard Hellbrute, leaving it on 3. The Black Legion Marines employed Veterans of the Long War and rapid fired into those Poxwalkers, killing 7. The Land Raider fired its heavy bolters into the Death Guard cultists, killing 3. And with its las cannons, it has destroyed that Predator on the back line. So I've just got to remove that in a sec. And lastly, the Helldrake fired its Bale Flamer at the Demon Prince, causing 2 more wounds. End of the turn 2 movement phase for Death Guard. The Bloat Drone and the Demon Prince have flown off in pursuit of this Helldrake. The cultists have stayed behind cover. The Bloat Drone has moved out just outside of that building, hoping to get some shots on the Molofine. The Hellbrute hasn't moved, he's stood still. Rhino's moved up slightly. Poxwalkers has advanced up the road. Plaguecaster here, just sitting behind cover. The Blightbringers decided to leave the Poxwalkers and offer some support to these Plague Marines who have just stayed in cover. Of the Death Guard Psychic phase, pretty uneventful. So the Plaguecaster failed to cast Gift of Contagion, but he did successfully cast Plague Wind on this unit of Marines, killing 2. And over on the right flank, the Demon Prince failed to cast Smite, but he did get off blades of putrefaction on himself. End of the Death Guard shooting phase. The Blightbringer and the Plague Marines fired everything into the Rhino. They destroyed it, and then in the explosion 3 of the Chaos Marines were killed as well. The Hellbrute here, because he stood still, used the Fire Frenzy stratagem. So he fired his melter twice at the Mauler Fiend, did a total of 5 wounds. Next up, the drone fired its Plague Spitters into the Mauler Fiend, doing a further 2. And the Cultist fired once again into the Mauler Fiend, managing to do 1, so it's got 4 wounds remaining. And lastly, over on this flank, the drone fired its Plague Spitters into the Helldrake and destroyed it. So end of the combat phase for Death Guard. The Boxwalkers charged into this Black Legion Marine unit. Didn't take any wounds on the way in from Overwatch. They managed to kill just 1 Marine, and when the Marines attacked back, they killed 2 Boxwalkers, so they're just locked in combat. And the other charge was this Hellbrute. Now he charged into the Mauler Fiend, killed it in combat. Now Mauler Fiend exploded and knocked off 2 mortal wounds from the Hellbrute, so he's just sitting here with 1 wound remaining. So next, we're moving on to Black Legion turn 3. Alright, so thanks to the sustained assault rules for this narrative mission, the start of the Black Legion turn 3, there's another Mauler Fiend that's come back onto the battlefield within 6 inches of the edge. So you can roll for that each turn. On a 4+, your destroyed units can come back. Of the third movement phase for the Black Legion, these Chainsword Marines have moved up, ready for a charge on those Plague Marines. And the Exalted Champions can have a go at that Blightbringer. These 2 Hellbrutes have moved up close to the Rhino. Still, these Chaos Marines are locked in combat. The Land Raider moved back a bit, using these Cultists as shields. Dark Apostle and his unit of Chosen got out of the Land Raider. The Sorcerer moved up behind the Cultists, offering some psychic support. And the Mauler Fiend that's come back on as reinforcements is hunting this bloke drone here. So just a brief rundown of the psychic phase. The Chaos Sorcerer tried to cast Prescience on the Land Raider but failed to cast. But he did cast successfully a smite on that last Death Guard Hellbrute, which destroyed it. End of the third shooting phase for the Black Legion. Pretty uneventful this time. The Land Raiders' heavy bolters failed to wound the Death Guard Rhino, and the las cannons only did 2 wounds. The Chosen fired their combi bolters into the Cultists and killed 3. These Cultists failed to hit the bloat drone. The Plasma Cannon Hellbrute fired at the Rhino, did 2 wounds. The las cannon Hellbrute failed to hit the bloat drone. And lastly, these Chaos Space Marines with chainswords fired their bolt pistols into those Plague Marines and managed to kill 1. Alright, so I just thought I'd go over the charge moves. So the Black Legion Chainsword Marines declared a charge on these Plague Marines. Now, they use the Blight Bombardment stratagem in combination with the Biologist Putrefier's Blight Racks. Can mean a pretty nasty Overwatch. Now, they didn't roll too well, but with all those grenades, they did manage to kill 3 Marines on Overwatch. Up here, the Black Legion Hellbrute joined the combat into the Poxwalkers. Exalted Champions going in, hoping to slay the Blightbringer. And lastly, these Chosen were charged into the Cultists. So just here where the Poxwalkers were, they've been wiped out. So a combination of attacks from the Chaos Marines, the Chaos Lord and the Hellbrute finally got them. And over here, the Chosen have wiped out their Cultist squad. They killed most of them, and the Cultists lost the rest to a failed morale check. Now, because the Exalted Champion killed a character, I'm going to roll on the Chaos Boon table for 1 command point. So we'll see what he gets. Double 6. Demon Hood. Your character is slain. However, before removing the model as a casualty, you can add a Demon Prince to your army. If you do, set up the Demon Prince within 6 inches of your character before removing him. So that's pretty amazing actually. I've never rolled that. So I'll just have to find a suitable model. So I'll be right back. So unfortunately I don't have a second Demon Prince model, but instead I'll just be using this Plague model from Dead Zone. I think he still will do the job. He's a pretty cool model. So he will be treated as the Demon Prince for the remainder of the game. End of the movement phase of the Death Guard's 3rd turn. The Plague Marines and Black Legion Marines will stay in combat. This Chaos Lord moved up here with the Biologist Putrefier. I'm going to try and kill that Demon Prince. Same with the Plaguecaster. Well, the Rhinos just moved up the road a bit to create a bit of a shield for that Psyker and those Hellbrutes. Explode drones moved up within range so it can fire into these Chosen. Same with this drone. And the Demon Prince has flown over, hoping to get stuck in. Psychic phase of the Death Guard. The Plaguecaster tried to cast Gift of Contagion on the Demon Prince, but rolled a double 1. Took 2 mortal wounds from Perils of the Warp, and then he failed to cast a Smite. And the Demon Prince failed to cast Blades of Putrefaction on himself, but he did get off a Smite on this Chosen unit and killed 1. So end of the Death Guard shooting phase. The Chaos Lord, the Putrefier and the Plaguecaster all threw grenades into the Demon Prince. Only resulted in a single wound. The Rhino fired at the Hellbrute, missed all his attacks. And just finally, a combination of Plague Spitter shots from the 2 Blight drones killed a total of 4 Chosen. Of the Death Guard combat phase, the Demon Prince charged in and killed all but 1 of the Chosen. So that was the champion with the fist. The Chosen champion attacked back, but because the Demon Prince passed a save, he managed to cause a mortal wound to that Chosen champion, which killed him, so he's wiped the unit. Over here, the Chaos Lord went into the Demon Prince, caused 1 wound with his Power Sword, and in return the Demon Prince attacked the Lord, but the Lord passed all his invulnerable saves. Just in this last combat here, the biologist Putrefier managed to kill one Black Legion Marine with his plague knife. The Plague Marines didn't do any wounds, and the Black Legion managed to kill one Plague Marine. Top of Black Legion 4th turn, I just rolled for the sustained assault reinforcements, and the only unit to come back on was the 8 chosen Marines. End of the movement phase for the 4th turn of the Black Legion. Morlophine moved up here, hoping to get into that plague drone. The Dark Apostle moved over, planning to give his Dark Zealotry buff to that Morlophine so we can reroll hits in the fight phase. The Land Raiders moved up between this rubble. The Cultist and the Sorcerer have just moved up next to it. The Chosen that have come back on the board have advanced forward. The Marines, the 2 Hellbrutes and the Chaos Lord all move their maximum movement towards the Death Guard. And here we've just got the 2 Chainsword Marines still in combat. End of the Psychic phase for the Black Legion. The Chaos Sorcerer failed to cast Prescience on the Land Raider. Now, he did successfully get a smite on the Demon Prince, but the Demon Prince's Warlord trait is revoltingly resilient, so he managed to pass his saves and ignore those mortal wounds. End of the 4th shooting phase for the Black Legion. The Land Raider put everything into the Prince, and he passed a crazy amount of revoltingly resilient rolls, only taking 1 wound, so he's still got 4 left. These Cultists fired into the Blot Drone and took 1 more wound off. Now over here, this Marine unit and this Las Cannon Hellbrute fired into the Rhino, which destroyed it, and then exploded. Now the explosion killed the Malignant Plague Caster that was nearby. And the Hellbrute with the Plasma managed to kill 3 of those Plague Marines. Just going over the charges for the Black Legion 4th combat phase. Morlophine made it into the Bloat Drone, didn't take any wounds from his Overwatch. Over here, this Hellbrute made it into combat. This last cannon Hellbrute successfully charged this unit of Plague Marines, and they caused 2 wounds on Overwatch. So, end of the 4th turn for the Black Legion. Morlophine destroyed the Bloat Drone in combat. The Death Guard used the stratagem that causes the vehicle to explode. So that did 1 mortal wound to the Morlophine. Over on this flank, the Hellbrute killed 3 Plague Marines. With the champion still alive with his fist, he managed to cause 3 wounds back. So they're still in combat. And the Death Guard Terminator Lord is gone. A combination of attacks from the Demon Prince and the Hellbrute took care of that. The Chaos Lord did luckily manage to cause a couple wounds to the Demon Prince, so he's left on 3. End of the movement phase, Death Guard turn 4. So this Demon Prince and the Bloat Drone have flown over to this left flank. I haven't got much left now. Just need to have at least 1 model left at the end of the game to win. This Plague Marine is still in combat. And these Plague Marines and the Biologist Putrefier just stayed where they are, ready to take some shots at the Prince and the Hellbrute. End of the Death Guard psychic phase. The Prince successfully cast a smite on this Hellbrute, leaving him on 2 wounds. He tried to cast Blades of Putrefaction on the champion, but it was denied by the Black Legion Sorcerer. So just a brief shooting phase for the Death Guard. The Bloat Drone fired its Plague Spitters into this cultist unit. They took 6 wounds, so they're down to 4 models. And just on this left flank, these Plague Marines fired everything into the Plasma Hellbrute, destroyed that. The Biologist Putrefier tried to throw a grenade at the Demon Prince, but he didn't hit. End of the 4th turn for the Death Guard. The Bloat Drone went into those Chaos Cultists, killed 2. The Cultists did no wounds in return. Because they lost most of their unit in that turn, they failed their morale check and they've gone. Demon Prince charged into the Hellbrute. He killed it. Now the Hellbrute exploded, killing that last Plague Marine champion that was there. But thanks to the Demon Prince's revoltingly resilient, he didn't take any mortal wounds. So, state of the board at the end of turn 4. Death Guard have just got the Putrefier, 4 Plague Marines, a Demon Prince, and a Bloat Drone left. So one of them has to survive until the end of the game. End of the movement phase, Black Legion, turn 5. The Helldrake's back on the table thanks to the sustained assault rule. They swoop down, looking to get into this Plague Drone. Molifiend and the Dark Apostle have moved up as well. The Chosen have moved up. Just the Land Raider staying where it is. Sorcerer there offering some support. Chaos Lord, followed by his Black Legion. Space Marine squad have moved up on the Demon Prince. And the Exalted Champion, or once Exalted Champion, now Demon Prince, looking to finish off these Plague Marines if possible. Black Legion Psychic phase. Now the Sorcerer cast a smite on this Bloat Drone, caused a couple wounds there, and he successfully got Prescience off on the Land Raider. So they'll be hoping to finish him off this turn. End of the shooting phase for the Black Legion. A combination of fire from the Chosen, the Land Raider, and the Helldrake finished off that last Bloat Drone. These Chaos Marines fired at the Prince, didn't manage to cause any wounds, and there's no shooting over there. So what we're actually going to do now is try and use the Demon Shell stratagem. So this Chaos Lord is loading in a Demon Shell to his pistol, try and knock some mortal wounds off that Demon Prince. So if he hits, he causes D3 mortal wounds to the Prince, and if he misses, he takes D3 mortal wounds. So let's see what we get. He hits. That's 2 mortal wounds. Okay, so now we'll roll 2 revoltingly resilient saves for the Prince. And he fails them both. So just 2 wounds remaining. Right, so we're about halfway through the combat phase for the Black Legion. This Demon Prince managed to multi-charge the Plague Marines and the Biologist Putrefier, and yeah, he rolled really well and he wiped them out. This did a huge amount of damage. The Plague Marines are really unlucky with their disgustingly resilient rolls. So all we've got left on the Death Guard side is the Nergal Demon Prince, left on 2 wounds. Now he's fighting the Black Legion Chaos Lord, the one who was sent by Abaddon to wipe out this Death Guard force. Now, I should have mentioned this at the start, but he's got the Murder Sword. And his nominated character is obviously the enemy warlord, who this Demon Prince is. So we're going to roll these attacks on camera. So the way the Murder Sword works is +1 strength, -4 AP, damage 1. But each successful hit against the target inflicts an automatic mortal wound. Now he's also got the Warlord trait, Exalted Champion I think it's called. It gives him +1 attack. So we've got 5 attacks hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. So re-roll the 1. Alright, so 4 hits. So straight away, just keep track of that. That's going to be 4 mortal wounds. So now he's strength 5, so he's going to need 5 to wound. 3, -4 AP. So we're going to have a 5-up demonic save. Prince. He's failed those. So we'll have a total of 7 wounds to save. So revoltingly resilient on a 4+, might get lucky. And it doesn't look like he's gonna pass. Alright, so he's saved 3, but he's taken 4. So he's gonna go down. Nergal Demon Prince has been slain. Now I will roll for his suppurating plate. Probably won't do anything. He did make 3 saves. We can't do enough to kill the Chaos Lord, but we'll see if we can do something. So he would have done 2 mortal wounds in return. So at least the Black Legion Lord will return to his fleet with some heavy wounds inflicted on this prince.